We're just a few days away from Wuthering Waves version 3.0 livestream, and we already have some solid info on what we can expect in the next patch, from upcoming banners to new combat mechanics, quality of life changes, and more. So in this video, I'm going to cover everything we know about version 3.0 so far. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us on Discord too. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Starting with the banner lineup. This info hasn't changed much yet. Since the start of the 3.0 beta, it's been confirmed that we can expect Mornye along with Cardathea and Siakona in the first phase, and in the second half, we're getting Mornye along with Augusta and Yuno. Although it's been confirmed many times by leakers, I still think it could change, so adjust your expectations accordingly. Next, there is also some info about a new weapon series, and according to leaks, there is going to be a new series of standard weapons. However, we will have to wait to see if they are going to be standard or limited after the official livestream concludes. Now let's discuss the new combat mechanics, because the combat is getting a massive layer of complexity added to it. So let's start with Toon Break. According to the leaks, this system introduces a new bar on enemies, which is completely separate from the white toughness bar we're used to breaking right now. This is described as a max break value, which varies depending on the enemy. As you attack, you build up this break bar, but here is the catch. Not all attacks are equal. Some characters and specific attacks will increase this bar faster than others, likely creating a new meta for breaking efficiency. This system introduces two new interaction types called Rupture and Strain. These function essentially as debuffs that you apply to the enemy. However, they don't do much until you actually trigger the break with an execution skill. Once the enemy is broken, teammates that can react to these states will trigger automatic effects. Rupture is focused entirely on damage. When you perform break skills, teammates that react to Rupture will launch off-field attacks to pile on the DPS. On the other hand, Strain is focused on buffs, meaning teammates reacting to Strain will have their damage stats boosted. The best part is that these interactions are reportedly automatic. You don't need to input extra commands. If the character can react, they will, which should make the combat feel very fluid. We also have info on how the new 3.0 units interact with this. Mornye is a unit that can apply either Rupture or Strain. It looks like she has two modes you can switch between in her skill menu. Mornye, however, does not apply them, but she reacts to both, making them a potent combo. When you max out this break bar, the enemy enters what is called a mistoon state. This allows you to perform an execution skill. These skills are flashy, they stop times similar to some ultimates, and they deal massive damage. Because they stop the timer, this is effectively a net damage increase for clear times in the tower as you're dishing out damage while the clock is paused. However, with new mechanics come new stats, and this is where the community is a bit worried. Leaks suggest we're seeing new stats on echoes, specifically off-tuning level accumulation efficiency and toon break boost. The chat logs indicate a valid concern that if these are added to the substat pool for echoes, it could dilute the pool even further, making it harder to roll crit rate or crit damage. It's unconfirmed if these are main stats or substats, but if we have to gamble for toon break stats along with everything else, gearing might get a bit more complicated. Moving away from the combat changes, let's talk about exploration, because version 3.0 is bringing us the research motorcycle, and this isn't just a simple mount you summon to get from point A to point B. It's a full-blown system with its own progression mechanics. According to the leaks, the motorcycle has a development level that you can increase by gaining something called debugging experience. You earn this experience by completing tasks in the new Lahilo area, opening hidden treasures, and defeating enemies within that specific region. There's apparently a daily cap of 5,000 debugging experience, which resets at 4 AM server time, so it looks like upgrading your bike will be part of the daily loop. Leveling up isn't just for show either. It improves the motorcycle's performance, specifically the strength of its attack and defense fields. Yes, the bike has a shield, and if that defense field breaks while you're taking damage from enemies, you will be forcibly dismounted.
The system goes even deeper with expansion modules. You can use modification points to upgrade these, divided into core modules which affect everything, and exclusive modules that grant specific capabilities. But the feature that sounds the most convenient is the new auto cruise mode. The leaks indicate that if you set a navigation target on your map, the system will plot a recommended route along the road network. You can then enter cruise mode and the bike will automatically drive you to the destination, actively avoiding obstacles in traffic. While the bike is driving itself, you can freely control the camera, use the photo function, or even switch to a cinematic mode that changes the aspect ratio for those scenic shots, making travel feel much more immersive. When you are manually controlling the bike, the movement options sound pretty wild. We are looking at mechanics for acceleration, kinetic bursts, drifting, and even something called dolphin jumps. There are jump ramps scattered around the world that grant acceleration and allow you to perform stunt actions in the air. While you are tearing up the roads, you can also listen to the IRS radio. The file suggests this shares the same music library as the phonograph, meaning you can finally blast your favorite tracks like the Rinashiza music while exploring the open world. We are also getting new combat content that ties into these systems. First up is the Voidstorm Zone. This sounds like a high-stakes environment where characters continuously lose HP every second and all healing is halved. On top of that, taking damage applies distortion, which increases the damage you take by 10%. However, clearing it rewards tide relics and experience for your motorcycle. Then there is the Matrix Unit Stacking, or Boss Rush mode. This has two variations: the Steady State Protocol, where you deploy up to 3 teams to defeat enemies in a loop, and the Singularity Expansion, which is an infinite mode. In Singularity, there is no limit to deployable teams, and enemies respawn infinitely with increasing HP and stats each round. Leaks list several buffs available in this mode, such as increasing damage for specific attack types like heavy or basic attacks, or enhancing the new Toon Break mechanics. For those who love the lore and character interactions, 3.0 is introducing a chat partner system, very similar to what you see in games like Star Rail or Nikke. Characters will be able to send you text messages, which can include images and emojis. The leaks show that this isn't just flavor text, characters can actually give you quests via these chats. Currently, icons for Jinxie, Chongli, Carlotta, and Shortkeeper have been spotted in the system. The chat logs joke about flirting, but it does seem like this system is designed to deepen the bond with the Resonators, labeled internally as Chat Partner. We also have visuals on a massive new boss, referred to in the files as the Worm or Mecha Worm. This is a Titan-class enemy residing in the new Lahailo map area. The model is huge, roughly 15% larger than the Bell-born Geochalone. Interestingly, the leaks mention that as you damage it, it might lose segments of its body, becoming shorter the more damage you deal. It also has animations for burrowing underground, which caused some leakers to worry about FPS drops, though the polygon count is apparently lower than existing bosses, so performance should be fine. Speaking of the map, there are new material farming domains that look like portals or distorted dimensions, adding to the sci-fi aesthetic of the new region. Finally, a rapid-fire round of other leaks mentioned in the logs includes mention of a 100% drop rate for certain Echo classes like Overlord or Calamity in specific zones, possibly related to the Voidstorm content. Version 3.0 is also adding a staggering 136 new achievements, so achievement hunters will be busy. The files indicate 4 pre-rendered video cutscenes for the 3.0 story. And while Shortkeeper appears in the story, it's confirmed this is just an appearance and not a new skin or unit yet. Also, some funny observations from the leakers show that Kuro is still tweaking the physics engines, with some jiggle physics being a bit broken on certain animations, so expect some visual polish before release. That is a massive amount of content coming in 3.0, from the complex Toon Break combat system to the drift-capable motorcycles. What are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hype up the video if you are mobile. Thanks for watching, don't forget to join us on Discord, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.